I don't know what it is about getting a pre-qualification letter from a bank, like a regular bank like Chase or US Bank or Wells Fargo. There's a pattern that I see, and it's time and time again. I meet a client who has already been to their bank and spoken with the lender or the mortgage person in the branch. And for some reason, whenever I talk to these clients, I ask them, well, did you provide anything like your pay stubs or any of that stuff? And they most times will say, yeah, we gave them a couple things, but really it was like a 5 minute process. They just gave us a letter and look at, I'm qualified up to $400,000. None of the income docs were reviewed. And I have to tell you that this is a pattern that I see all the time. Some lenders, and I'm just going to say it, particularly big bank mortgage people, seem to be okay giving you an approval letter to go shopping for a home without actually understanding that you really may not even be qualified. And I don't know if that's because the bank is so big that they're okay turning you down at the last minute. Here's what happens: you get a letter from a lender. It's called a pre-qualification letter or a pre-approval letter. It's called different things, but it's basically a letter that says your information has been verified. You take that, you share it with your realtor, you go shopping and you find a house. When it comes time to make your offer, you have to submit that letter so that the person selling the house can know that you have been verified. You are legit. They're not wasting their time with you. Well, your letter is only as strong as the lender who looked at it. You have to work with a lender who is going to take the time to actually calculate your income and not loosely just give you the letter. This can take a day, it can take a couple days, it could take a few days. Regardless, take the time to work with a lender who actually calculates your income accurately. And don't settle for getting a letter that is just a letter that says you're fine, you're good to go. If they're not looking at your documentation and they're not verifying your income, chances are that your deal is going to fall apart. I see this all the time. I just saw it last week. I had a client who was ready to go. He was under contract and he had been working with a big bank, and he got to the finish line. He got stuck about a week from close to where the lender that gave him this pre-qualification letter a month earlier was now saying, oh, we've got a problem. The income isn't right. That tells me that the income never was right. It was never analyzed and it was never accurate. So make sure you work with a specialist who is going to give you the truth about your income. Just because you get a letter from a bank doesn't mean that you have been truly approved or pre-approved, I should say. It doesn't mean that you have, this lender may just be willing to tell you later on, oh, sorry, we did it wrong. I hope this makes sense. I know I'm a little all over the place, but I can't tell you enough. If you're a first-time home buyer or even if you're a repeat buyer, make sure you work with a lender who takes the time, however long it takes, to get your income accurate. And this is especially true if you are not salary, if you're hourly, or if you're a business owner. Take the time, do it right. You won't regret it.